Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Car Reviews podcast on CollectorCarCanada.CA. Before we get into it with this 1992 Chevrolet Corvette 6-speed manual, I just want to remind everyone we also have the Collector Car Stories podcast, where every week we speak to an enthusiast, get some of their car stories, and hear about some of their cars. We have a little fun with it, so I hope you'll check it out as well. So again, today we're looking at a 1992 Chevrolet Corvette 6-speed manual. It's lot 199 on CollectorCarCanada.CA. The owner has been the custodian of this car for 19 years. It's finished in its original bright aqua metallic paint. So again, original paint. Clean Carfax is on the listing as well. On the inside, the cabin is black with tweed look inserts in the seats. You'll see matching carpets to go along with the primarily black seats and matching door cards. The car has a removable glass roof, so it's an open roof, no T-bars in this one. And if you rip through the photos on our detailed listing, you'll see a photo of inside the console. In the storage of the console, there's a dedicated tool with which you can take off the glass roof. Like all Corvettes from the second generation through the fifth, so from 1965 through to 2004, the car is equipped with retractable pop-up headlights. A nice feature of this car, which differentiates it from a lot of 32-plus-year-old Corvettes, no modifications. So this car is running stock running gear. Another nice feature of a 32-year-old Corvette is that the air conditioner on this car still blows cold. It's blowing cold. It was tested on photo day, so it'll go to its new owner. If it's a hot day, no problem at all. Flick on that AC. So the 5.7 liter engine, no change in displacement from the prior year, but in 1992, the Corvette went to an LT1 engine, a V8 just like the prior year, but the big difference is the surge in power. In 1991, the Corvette was factory rated at 245 horsepower, whereas the V8 here in this 92 was factory rated at 300 horsepower. So a surge of 55 horsepower over the 91s. 6-speed manuals in place. It was built by transmission specialist ZF or ZF over in Europe. And that kind of differentiates it from a lot of Corvettes too. In the C4 generation, there would have been a lot of automatics. So this car is just right for someone who's looking for a manual transmission. And unlike the early C4s, this one's not the 4+3 speed Doug Nash transmission. This one's a straight 6-speed, as I say, manufactured by ZF. Dual exhaust is in place on this car. If you look closely at the exits, there are actually 2 pipes on each side, but they're obscured by a decorative rounded rectangle exit, which goes over the 2 pipes. Nice touch on the more modern C4s, or the 17-inch saw blades. That's the slang given the wheels on this car. Square setup, so same size at each of the 4 corners. And the stock tire size for width is 275. The car wears 275, 45, 17-inch tires at all 4 wheels. There's also a limited slip differential, and the 4-wheel disc brakes come with ABS control. Getting into some of the features inside, there's a Delco AM/FM cassette player, power group, so there are power windows, power locks, power mirrors, 1 power seat. I might not have mentioned earlier about the black interior. The black seats are a cloth finish. They're not finished in leather. And there's an old joke about old houses. If it doesn't have a new foundation yet, it needs one. You might say the same about a 32-year-old Corvette with leather interior. If it doesn't have a new interior yet, it probably needs one. So this car kind of sidesteps the wear of the leather. Another interesting feature that appealed to the seller back 19 years ago when he bought it and had young children, the car has one airbag only. So there's a 4-spoke steering wheel with an airbag incorporated within. So he had young kids, and he liked the fact that this front seat was child friendly, as in there's no airbag. So it's friendlier for smaller passengers. Of course, now the kids are all 19 years older and wouldn't be caught dead riding around in the car with their dad. The instrumentation is an analog digital combo, less digital than the original C4. So centrally mounted in the middle through the steering wheel opening is the speedometer in a digital LCD readout with a fuel gauge reading out the same way, whereas the tach on the left is analog. The tachometer has a maximum reading of 6,000 RPM with a 5,500 RPM red line. And there are gauges for oil pressure, oil temperature, water temperature, and a voltmeter to the right side of the speedometer. So the LT1 V8 comes with multi-port fuel injection, factory rated at 300 horsepower, factory rated as well with 330 pound-feet of torque. The owner, in his 19-year custodianship, has generally had the car serviced by independent Corvette specialist shops. There are a few photos of some of the various service records he has accumulated over the years. But we asked him, and he said the car's never needed any major repairs. The car has 125,000 kilometers as it sits, or just under. The car will go to the new owner with under 125,000 kilometers. And he said he purchased it at about 90,000 kilometers 19 years ago. So 35,000 clicks in the span of 19 years, a little less than 2,000 kilometers a year. And as you'll see from his collection of work orders, he's kept up the car. The car's going to go with 2 sets of keys. There's a clean Carfax for the car, so do take a look at that. It's in the CCC Vital Info section of our web listing, CollectorCarCanada.CA lot 199. The service records are there. There's also an owner's manual. The original owner manual comes with the car. And on our listing, you'll see about 100 photos. There are several videos and our normal paragraph form listing, rich in information and hopefully short on spelling mistakes. So again, Collector Car Canada lot 199 for the 1992 Chevrolet Corvette 6-speed manual. Don't forget to have a look at our other podcast, the Collector Car Stories podcast. And I'll just close by thanking you for watching. We'll see you next time.